Thanks for the super chat, asshole. I love taking my anger out on haters. Hey guys!
Hey Amber.
They saw my tum-tum!
The moon landing didn't happen.
Are you actually gonna wear that?
Okay, fine. You're the queen of lolcows. Well done, you.
Did she spray Pam on the food?
That ass, though. I am the worst YouTuber ever.
There was no way we were getting her up the stairs because those stairs are sketchy. So we slept downstairs on the couch.
Hey folks, what's good? I'm Professor Dietz, and today we're going to be continuing our history lessons with Destiny. This is the fourth video in my series covering the time in 2023 that Destiny came back to YouTube with her T-series, sharing her side of the story of her relationship with Amber. Now, I'm going to be honest here. I've always preferred to study history over current events, and that couldn't possibly be more true right now in this LCU era of performative cringe. I cannot stand watching it, so today I'm continuing this saga from 2023. In the first three videos of this series, I covered Destiny's story from the very beginning of their relationship all the way to June of 2016. If you missed those and want to watch them, I will link to the playlist for this series in the description. Today, we're going to be picking up in July of 2016, just after they had moved to Kentucky and moved in with Destiny's mom. Yes, the friction between them had already begun. This is actually now the start of Destiny's Spilling the Truths of 2016 Part 2 video, and she uploaded it on May 16th of 2023, which was the day after that she uploaded Part 1. As of filming, it has almost 85,000 views. Just a couple notes before we get started. Destiny is still pausing a whole lot, and I did cut out some of the dead air and the ums, etc., but nothing of actual importance. I just wanted to speed things up ever so slightly. And like last time, I am going to do my best every now and then to find clips from Amber's channel that have to do with the topics that Destiny discusses. That way we can jog our memories and, compare their stories. Also, since I'm breaking these up into more manageable chunks, I won't be taking a look at the comments section until we actually get through the end of Destiny's video next time around. And never fear, we will of course be getting a palette cleanser at the end in the form of a Corgi Cam, so we can all soothe our souls after watching Amber for however long this takes. All right, let's let Destiny take it from here.
Alright guys, so part 2 is coming. Ignore the fact that I'm in the middle of doing laundry. You can see Carter right here, and Bo right there. He's got, I don't know, he probably won't let me have it back. It's like this, I don't know if you know the Kong toys, it's like that, but it's a square, and you can put stuff in it and freeze it. It's got green beans and I think some yogurt, and I think I put a little bit of an orange in there.
Yeah, I actually had something like that for Minnie when she was a puppy. It's really stimulating for them to have basically a game it turns into, and she is highly food motivated, as I'm sure a lot of you have seen, so she loved that thing. Those are pretty cool.
But he'll go through it real quick. I just did it because yesterday when I was filming, they were crying because, you probably couldn't hear them crying, but they would every once in a while because they don't think they can be alone. So, and they didn't want to watch TV in there by themselves, so they're in here with me. Ignore Carter, constantly chewing on his little feet. Carter, Tartar, can you say hi?
I am a sucker for a cute dog, but that's not why we're here. Can we get on with it, please? Is this how you guys feel about me and Minnie Waffles? Because I know I do show her a lot. We have a whole Corgi Cam, but I basically worked her in as my co-host, if you will. So hopefully y'all don't think it's all a waste of time when I hang out with Minnie Waffles and show you the Corgi Cam.
I think you guys are really going to enjoy part 2 because this is where it starts to get really juicy. I'm saying this is going to be stuff that you never would have thought would have happened. This is stuff, it's about to go down.
Well, tell us, Destiny, stop talking about it and say the words.
And I'm sure you will all be happy that you don't have to wait another week for it. I didn't want to do that to you guys, so I'm just going ahead and doing it.
That's true. I think it was a good strategy also to get ahead of Amberlynn, because we do know that Amber has her own set of live streams in which she replies to all this. And yeah, getting most of her side of the story out before Amber was able to respond to any of it, I think was a good strategy, you know?
Right now.
Ugh, gross.
Alright, so we left off, I ended June. Now we're going to start in July. And like I said a second ago, this is where it starts to get super juicy.
We want the tea, stupid.
You can't handle the tea.
I had the interview at the place we started working at, and I got hired. This is around the time Amberlynn had her interview, and she got hired as well. The interview, we had to do a typing test, a drug test, a background check, just a whole bunch of stuff.
Not a typing test. God, do you remember when Amber did those typing tests? I don't know, what was it? Like a few months ago at this point? She came back from one of her many breaks from YouTube before she was demonetized. She came back with all those shorts where she pretended to have a full-time job. And then she did typing tests to prove that I really type this fast. But meanwhile, there were 50% errors or something. God. There's just nothing that Amber does that is authentic, is there? Like, truly. That's not true. There are a few things that she authentically is, but maybe Destiny will talk about that a little bit now.
It took like 4 hours while you were there. We had to get a new bank account. I bank with Navy Federal. And I thought that would be a good bank because I figured they'd be everywhere. But not in Kentucky for whatever reason, or not where I lived at in Kentucky. So we ended up having to get US Bank. I'm back to using Navy Federal now, obviously, because I'm back in Florida.
Notice how it is we had to get a single bank account, right? They didn't get their own. They got a joint account because Amber needs to have full control of finances. I guess Destiny didn't say those words exactly, but we do know that's what happened. And it's what happened with Beck. It's just how Amber works. It is a control method for her to have over her partners so that she knows exactly how much money people are spending and can stop them from doing so she can have all the money for herself to spend on her Lego and her food and whatever crap that she buys for Juicy.
And I was using it when I moved back to Kentucky as well. But, let's see. Also around the 4th of July, you know, that was our anniversary, like I said.
Actually, they decided that it was going to be their 1-year anniversary because they were talking while Amber was still living with Crystal. And July 4th was basically when they met. It was when Destiny went to go pick Amber up from Crystal's parents' house, and they went directly to like a family gathering of Destiny's.
Destiny officially asked me to be her girlfriend on 4th of July after the fireworks. It was so freaking cute. Destiny and I are really in a relationship now. Every day, every second, every minute, she shows that she really cares about me and that she thinks I'm special. I mean something to her and she loves me, and it feels really, really good.
That is when Amber fell in poop.
Dog poop?
Oh man, I had that in one of my videos in the past. That photo that she put herself, like she put the photo of herself covered in poo, like her hands went into dog crap the day she met Destiny and Destiny's family. Now, if that's not an omen, I don't know what is.
And we did the 4th of July, like, celebration with my family, and I made firecracker cookies, and my mom made cherry bombs where she did vodka infused cherries and a little bit of Jello and put sprinkles on it.
Oh, sprinkles. I mean, you kind of had me with just the vodka infused cherries, but as soon as you incorporate the Jello and the sprinkles, you lost me. Sorry, it's too sweet. I'm not really someone who loves sweet stuff anyway. Yeah, no thanks.
What have you. They were really good. I got Amberlynn a promise ring around this time for our 1 year. It was mostly because she was talking about getting engaged a lot. She was talking about wedding stuff kind of a lot. And I just wanted to get her a ring just to make her happy, basically.
Exactly. How sad is that? That Destiny needed to get Amber off her back, basically, about the whole wedding stuff and the engagement stuff. Destiny obviously didn't want to propose, so she came up with this compromise of a promise ring that, would kind of put it all off for a while. So it would basically make Amber happy enough for the moment so she could talk about that on YouTube and she could have something to show off and say she was claimed, by her partner. But Destiny wouldn't actually have to go as far as to ask her to marry her. And the thing is, Destiny has been engaged several times. It's not like she's afraid to ask women to marry her. So if you think about it that way, it really puts things into perspective, It must have been really bad if Destiny did not want to propose to Amber. The fact that Destiny felt pressured into getting a promise ring for Amber says it all.
And then y'all talking smack about them being the same ring that I gave Lexus. It is not. And then I think someone also asked, before I get too into the same ring thing, my ring, let me see, it doesn't say anything. It's actually meteorite that goes all the way around. I don't know how else to show it to you. But I don't know what Amberlynn did with the ring I gave her, but I didn't ever have it again, and I literally just got Lexus's in January. So.
Who wants to take the bet that Amber sold the promise ring, just like she sold the rings from Beck, right? But I do believe that she has said she has both given it back to Destiny and also just put it with the rest of her jewelry and never wore it again, something along those lines. I actually just don't know if we ever found out for sure what happened to that promise ring, but I am willing to bet that she sold it.
So I can't help that they both like opal. That's just what, when me and Lexus have looked at.
If she did, I didn't see it, and I'm bummed because I wish I knew the answer, but I am willing to bet that she sold it.
So I can't help that they both like opal. That's just what, when me and Lexus have looked at rings before, that's what she liked. So that's what I got her. I also noticed that she tried to film me in the shower a lot.
Ugh.
Not like really showing too much of me, but still kind of showing me.
Yep.
Most of the time when she would be in there, it was because I have really bad acne, clearly, my face. It's on my back, though. TMI, but whatever.
Back
and I would have her scrub it for me because I try to keep it calmed down.
Well, at least Destiny was trying to keep clean and to keep her back knee from getting worse and, hygiene and whatnot.
We have this ritual where Destiny will be in the shower and she'll call for me and she'll be like, okay, baby, my back. All right, I'm going to show you naked. Yeah, I am. Rat and a half. I swear I'll tell you. Anyways.
Ugh. The lack of consent is astonishing.
I had a surprise birthday party for my birthday that I wasn't expecting. It was a few days before my birthday. And the day after that, that's when my Papi had a heart attack.
Of course, Amber, with her complete lack of empathy, would say things like, Papi had a heart attack today, and then take another bite of cereal without a freaking actual emotion seen on her face.
Papi had a heart attack today. Life is so short.
She has no emotions unless it has to do with her. She doesn't get it, and that's the thing, right? She thinks that she does, but in reality, all she's doing is thinking sometimes that, oh, this is how other people react to things. This is how I'm supposed to react to things. So she performs that emotion, or she performs that reaction. But then she immediately forgets that if people really have that emotion and doesn't go away immediately, that's what it does for her. She forgets about her performance. So all of a sudden, that emotion that she had put on her face is gone. It's wild to watch someone pretend to have feelings. But that's exactly what Amber has done and always does. She's doing it now on the LCU. It's all acting. Everybody knows it. She's bad at it. And she's always been bad at it.
Technically had a widowmaker's heart attack. I don't know how he lived through that. It was so crazy to me. He said that he thought it was heartburn, which made it extra scary for me because my heartburn gets like this. But he said he thought it was heartburn, and he took antacids all night. He sat up with this heart attack all night thinking it was heartburn. That's the craziest thing to me. And then
That is pretty wild to me as well. I certainly haven't had a heart attack myself, and I also haven't been around anyone who was actively having one, so I haven't witnessed it. But to think that you could be having a widowmaker heart attack and think that it's heartburn, that is really scary, truly. I mean, either that or Papi was just a badass, and that's also quite possible.
he went to the hospital at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and they're like, dude, that was a heart attack. I was like, oh my God. And that was just the craziest thing. He's all fine now. He ended up getting an artificial heart for a little while. Then he finally got his heart transplant, and he's all good now.
He's definitely a badass if he had a fake heart for a while and then lived through a heart transplant and is doing well today.
The surprise party, though, so before this happened, or before whatever happened with Papi happened, at that party, I got way too drunk. That was also the night that Amberlynn got way too drunk and had recorded herself a good bit and embarrassed herself.
Oh, hold up. I know exactly what Destiny's talking about. Please hold for footage.
Jumping, got my pants on. We threw Destiny a surprise party. I have drinking. Let me get real quick. Shit. A little much, but people get together and they drink. I was laughing really hard and my head hit this cabinet. I was like, ha! And my head hit the back of this like cabinet, and this whole big like if you saw some of my videos, if you saw some videos from the past, just like a couple days ago, we got Destiny's mom this like wine glass. It fell on my head and it broke my glasses. It's good time. Basically everyone is skedaddle. Use me as an example. Just don't drink. I can't even stand up without falling on the couch.
She was so drunk that there was no way we were getting her up the stairs because those stairs are sketchy. So we slept downstairs on the couch.
She wants to go upstairs and I'm like, I can't even personally make it up them seat fuckers. I guess we're gonna sleep on the couch. Baby, why are we sleeping on the couch?
You can't go upstairs.
Okay, I guess because I can't go up the stairs. Which is probably true. Everyone's gone. I'm still here, that's important. Let's get it going.
We saw those stairs. She gave us her demonstration about how she went up and down them. And yeah, they were very steep, and she had her own special way of getting up and down them. So yeah, definitely do not attempt that if you are.
Oh shit!
And then you guys will see my mom frequently drinking around this time because she's in a lot of the videos around this time. My mom very much was an alcoholic. It's no big deal. I mean, in the end, I guess it was, but you know, she was, and it ended up making some issues at one point. You will see.
It's not a big deal. Let's put it that way. It heightened some issues, you know, that Amber was bringing to the table that may not have gotten quite as intense as they had if, you know, alcohol wasn't involved. You get more dramatic. You get more angry. You get more sad. You get just more of everything. It's just too much. And now I understand that Destiny doesn't necessarily really want to talk about that right now. And we don't need to push that conversation with her either, you know?
Then there was one night we did, because I think she put this in a video, we did fireball shots. And she did one with me, and she swore she was allergic to it. I mean, her face did get really hot, but I didn't know if she was really allergic to it or if it was just a fireball making her hot. But she didn't do any more of it. Her eyes were watering. I mean, she was fine.
Yeah, I think I actually made a members only video with this moment. I think it was this moment. If not, it was a very similar one. But I do remember Destiny really didn't want to drink. I don't know, I don't want to put words in Destiny's mouth or thoughts in Destiny's head, right? But I can only imagine seeing your parent with this disease and not necessarily wanting to either be around it or even be participating in it with her, right? I think that that would be really difficult.
Then she shows how I start using a TV for a screen for my laptop because my laptop was broke. My laptop got broke because me and her were literally arguing over me playing Sims and not doing something. I couldn't even tell you what it was, but when I went to get up, I was mad and I just dropped it and broke it. I didn't like throw it down, but I dropped it, trying to like walk away from the situation.
Yeah, that sucks. I mean, especially if you didn't mean to do it, right? If she did, that would be a different conversation altogether. But if she was just so angry that she was trying to get up quickly and ruined her laptop, they don't have a lot of money to begin with, right? They're living with Destiny's mom and they're trying to figure their shit out. And this is what is happening. And that, man, that is tough. They have been together at this point for 1 year. It really just did not take that long for them to get to this place in their relationship. And to be honest, I'm surprised they lasted another 6 months after this. Amber really is just so hard to live with.
Also shows me with a cap on my head because I got highlights very frequently. And then I also noticed that she showed my butt crack a lot.
Yep, because that is the kind of person that Amber is. She likes to say, "That's just who I am as a person." You're the person who films your partners without their consent and without them realizing that you're posting it to the internet for thousands to see. That is exactly the kind of person that you are.
I don't know why it is, but I have a long butt crack. Sometimes it's out, and I try my best to keep it covered up, but you know, it happens. But she didn't have no reason to be posting my butt crack on YouTube.
No, she did not. Even if Destiny saw the camera pointed at her, she still also needs to give consent for it to be posted. There's 2 layers of consent there. Being filmed is number 1, and being posted to the internet is number 2.
The photo shoot that I did also for my birthday, that was awesome.
We talked about that in the last video, I think it was. And yes, it was hilarious, and it still brings many laughs.
We found that it was just a post that was on Facebook somewhere, and we just thought it was a good idea. My mom handmade a lot of the decorations for it, and
Maybe I didn't talk about it in this series. I talked about it in a different video? I can't remember. But in any case, yes, truly iconic.
She made the cake. And that was a lot of fun, and I got to take some good pictures with my mom. Me and Amberlynn took pictures, but I was really glad to have those pictures with my mom.
I think that Amber wasn't actually invited to be in those photos, but it was just so awkward. The fact that she was there and she was filming, right, for her vlog, and she just wasn't a part of it. So yeah, I think it was either Amber asked or Destiny offered because she kind of realized how awkward it was. So Amber joined in for a few photos at the end of the photo shoot. I mean, she wasn't planned to be part of it. And Destiny clearly here is just like, yeah, and Amberlynn was there too.
Me and Amberlynn took pictures.
Then on my actual birthday, we went out. Now, it was a Wednesday my birthday was on, and
that's a pretty good memory. I don't remember what days my birthday fall on from year to year. That's all right. Well, maybe because it was memorable.
My mom was like, oh, we're going to go to all these bars and have a good time. And I was like, okay. You know, I didn't really think there was a lot of bars going to be open because it was a Wednesday. But we went to Applebee's and ate, and then we attempted to go to this gay bar that my mom really wanted me to go to, and there was supposed to be like a drag show. Well, we get there, and it's deserted. Nobody's there. Nobody's... nothing. Like, no, just nobody's there. Nobody answers. We can't get in, so we just give up on it.
Man, that's such a bummer. Like, what a fun thing to do on your 21st birthday is to go to a drag show, you know?
We ended up finding a couple bars that were open, and we took shots at one of them, and then my mom wanted us to go to the strip club.
I would absolutely never go to a strip club with my mother. Nope, not happening.
I talk about the lady that gave me a lap dance while we were there. She was older. She had to be like 40s, at the most 50. You know, like, she was definitely older, and that was just a weird experience. You hear me talk about it in the video, but I did not enjoy it.
Man, it sounds like Destiny did a lot of things on her birthday that she didn't really actually want to do, but it was stuff that, you know, people around her, either they just wanted to do it, or maybe they also thought Destiny would have fun too. I would hope so, at least. But yeah, Destiny didn't want to take shots, didn't want to go to the strip club, didn't want to do these things, but happy birthday, I guess.
She kissed my neck. She only had a thong on. It was just really weird. I only gave her $1, and my mom yelled at me. She was like, you should have given her more than $1. She said she did a good job and all this, and I was like, I didn't enjoy it, but my mom ended up giving her a few more dollars.
Definitely tip dancers, tip drag queens, tip your bartender, for sure. So I'm glad that mom stepped in. Not just say to Destiny that she should have given the dancer more money, but also actually did herself.
Then Amberlynn shows me at Goodwill a lot trying to find polos. I wasn't trying to buy brand new polos quite yet because I hadn't started the job yet. But I wanted to have some nice stuff to wear when I first started. We didn't have to look fancy though. Like, I didn't have to wear a polo and khakis and nicer shoes and all that. The dress code was literally jeans and a t-shirt. You just couldn't wear shorts. Amberlynn mentions the seatbelt thing again in one of these videos around this time when I'm getting gas. She says something about it still being broke.
You can tell even just there, before Destiny has said anything about it, how annoyed she is at Amber regarding her saying that the seatbelt was broken. Just the look on her face, her tone of voice. Destiny's pissed about it.
She showed when I made taco pie. I still make taco pie. That is the easiest thing to make, and it is so good. It's literally just crescent rolls, or I know that they even make the pizza crust or pie crust probably in the cans now, you know, just like canned biscuits. That'd probably be easier to use than the crescent rolls now, but you literally just put crescent rolls down in a pie dish, cook your taco meat, season it, put it in there, put some Fiesta cheese on top. Boom, you got your taco pie.
Something else that I've had before, it was because it was a meal that somebody made on a camping trip. You know, we kind of broke up meals amongst all of us, and that way we only really needed to cook 1 or 2 meals and just cook for everyone. Anyway, so this meal that the person brought, I don't remember what she called it, but you basically take all the taco stuff and you put it into a bag of Fritos that you kind of like crushed up a bit. So the bag itself acts like the bowl. I don't know. I had never had it before, and damn, not good for you, but it definitely hits the spot. After a big day of driving, getting to the campsite, setting up camp, getting the fire going, you know, putting in all that kind of hard work, basically, and then sitting down around the fire and having this salty taco dish thing. It was great. It was good for the moment. Get a cheap beer, you're set.
At this point, we were also trying to start looking for apartments. Whoa. But we were already looking for an apartment or house to rent, and just so we have a clue of what we wanted to do. And we were trying to get everything sorted for when we were start working. So like, I think we were getting lunch boxes, stuff like that. This is also when Pokemon Go came out, and I don't know, everyone was flipping out over it. It was so cool. I got super into Pokemon Go a couple years ago, and then I don't know, it just kind of faded out. But she shows in a video me putting a phone, you can't see the ceiling fan in here, but putting a phone in a bag and putting it on the
Yep.
ceiling fan. My mom kicked my butt for that because I duct taped it and it took some of the finish off, but thankfully it was on the side you don't see, so I didn't do that anymore. We did go and
But yeah, I totally remember this. But damn, I can't believe Destiny used duct tape. Obviously, you're going to ruin the finish of whatever you put duct tape on. Come on, just give it 1 second to think about what you're doing before you ruin somebody's ceiling fan. Ugh, so rude. Anyway, whatever. Not that important in the grand scheme of things. It just annoys me. I don't have any ceiling fans. If somebody did that in my house, I would be pissed.
we did go and see my pappy a lot while he was in the hospital. I start playing Lego Dimensions a lot. That game was so cool. I don't have any of that stuff anymore. It all got just kind of lost, and you know, it is what it is. I wouldn't probably play it that much anymore anyway, but that, I just thought that was so cool.
We're getting off track here, Destiny. Come on, rein it back in, please.
As far as I know, because Amberlynn, I guess, starts talking about her childhood a lot right here. As far as I know, I don't know if she lied about anything that happened in her childhood. I don't know why she would lie about that kind of stuff. But, I mean, you don't know. And
here, at least, Destiny is admitting that she doesn't know if Amber was lying or not. But it does definitely seem like Destiny is more on Amber's side about, you know, not knowing why she would lie about something like that.
I don't know why she would lie about that kind of stuff.
Most people wouldn't, right? But we're not dealing with most people. We're dealing with Amber Reid. So yeah, Destiny, I know this was in 2023. It is now 2026. Maybe by now you have figured out just how much Amber has always lied to you and still lies about you.
And then I feel like that's a lot of her problems. You know, like my mom tells her this at one point. She's like, you focus too much on the past. You blame the past for everything that's happening to you now. And you're...
Yeah, pretty much the entire community of gorlworld has been telling Amber this as well. It's interesting to hear that people in Amber's actual real life were telling her this. It's not just gorlworld. It's not just reaction channels, right? It's actual people who were around her in her real life, right? What did she say in one of those recent LCU things? There's like,
I'm wondering, do you live on my walls? Are you in my home? Do you hear the Let me finish it, dumb.
Well, actually, in this case, you did live with Destiny's mom, so she could say, actually, you lived on my walls.
You're not moving on from it. And I feel like that's still a big part of what's going on with her now. Like,
yep,
she's still focused on what all has happened in the past, and she's not moving forward.
And she's not just not moving forward, but she's using it to excuse her current behavior. Well, her current behavior, her past behavior, and you better believe she's going to use it to excuse her future behavior. So it's even worse than what Destiny is saying.
And, I mean, hopefully she stops moving forward.
You mean she starts moving forward?
This is also around the time that I ended up going to the ER for my cramps because they were so bad. And it turned out that the cyst I had been trying to get checked out in Florida had burst.
Oof. I have actually had that happen to me before, and let me tell you, that was so much pain. It really took me out. I didn't end up going to the ER or anything because I was pretty sure I knew what was happening. But yeah, I do know that pain that Destiny's talking about, and I can also understand why someone would go to the hospital for it. This is not one of those, ouch, I think I hurt my ankle, Amberlynn moments. If a cyst bursts, it is so painful.
And, I mean, that was the most painful experience of my life so far.
Yep.
And
I mean, it wasn't for me. I've had more painful experiences, but I can see that being someone's most painful experience. Yes, 100%.
My ankle and my knee, so that was more painful. I mean, it was terrible. We found out our start date for our job. It was August 12th. The hospital had told me just to follow up with a gynecologist. I got a gynecologist appointment and I got birth control. But I didn't really need the birth control. I guess I tried to get...
Okay, Minnie, must we bark? Is there a package being delivered? All right, please hold while I go see if there's a delivery. Well, that was a false alarm. There were no deliveries. It was probably just the wind.
Get back on it because I was afraid the cramps would still be bad. But ever since that happened, I don't even cramp. I don't nothing. And that's just a miracle in itself. So I don't know why I put this, but I put Amberlynn doesn't show her legs a lot. But that's because she's really self-conscious about her legs.
I wouldn't say that's exactly a secret, but sure, okay.
They're so big. She's, like I said, super insecure about them.
Yes.
And then we go into August. She starts explaining my weight gain, and I talked about this before in the last video. I guess I weighed 180 pounds when we moved in together. I weigh about 230 now. Okay. It is what it is.
Yeah, and honestly, we don't need to talk about either of their weights. It's really not what I'm here to talk about, that's for sure. I'm here to talk about toxic personality traits, not how much someone weighs. So, can we move on?
I'm not big on talking about my weight. I'm not worried about it right now. I don't feel like talking about that.
And you don't have to.
Amberlynn states that it's because I'm a picky eater.
Also, who is Amberlynn to be talking about anybody else's weight? You know, I would be willing to guess that the reason that Amber would talk about Destiny's weight was because it made her happy that someone else was gaining weight, right? Other than herself. It almost made it okay for her to be gaining weight if somebody else was. Not to mention the fact that Amber always loves to put down her partner so that she feels better about herself. That's just who she is as a person.
It's because for a long time, I mean, it was the way I was eating. Not necessarily what I was eating, because I don't necessarily eat a lot of food. But when we were working at the assisted living facility and when we started working at this job, our schedule was second shift. And it's so hard when you work second shift to eat like a normal person. Like, you sleep most of the day, you're up all night, you try to eat something before you gotta leave, but you're so tired, like 98% of the time, we weren't getting up till we had like an hour and a half, 2 hours to get to work. So it was getting ready, packing a lunch, whatever, and then, you know, you eat while you're at work, and then usually you want to eat dinner when you go home, and that was what it was, you know, eating late at night and then just going to bed. And I blame some of it on that, and I blame some of it on what I eat. I mean, I probably eat too much chocolate. It is what it is. I probably eat too much sweets in general, but it is what it is. The way I ate got really weird when I started working third shift at the job I had when me and Dana were still living in Florida.
Yeah, I will say I have had some weird shifts when I was in EMT and I had overnight shifts. Like, I get it. It is actually really tough. It's not just about having to change your schedule. It's also about working around other people's schedules. And at least for me, it was partially due to the fact that I still wanted to eat with friends and they weren't eating when I was eating. So meals all of a sudden are way more complicated than you might think when you have a job that has you working when everybody else is eating or sleeping.
I do want to lose weight, though. I just don't want to talk about it right now.
Yeah, as I said, Destiny, you don't have to. Let's just move on. You're the one still talking about it.
At this point as well, she started to reach 13,000 subscribers.
She really did gain a lot of subs in a very short amount of time. It was like 6 months to a year after she started dating Destiny, because I'm pretty sure, I don't remember the exact number that Destiny said at the beginning of 2016, but I believe she's gotten like around 10,000 subs just in this first part of the year. So that is really when things started to take off for her. It's when a lot of people in Girl World started watching Amber. You know, a lot of people missed the Crystal era and didn't go back to watch it, which is fine. That's not a judgment. That's just a truth. Oh, man. The reaction channels are soon to come.
And you see me rubbing her feet at this point. And that's because her feet were really like rough, because she barely ever wore socks.
She also wore the wrong shoes.
And she would wear her flats, and it would just, dry her feet out. And
Ew. Gross.
I was doing this Mary Kay thing on her feet. My mom sold Mary Kay for a long time, so this is all.
It's just so wild to me that it doesn't matter how obvious it was that she was wearing the wrong shoes. In this case, this is one instance, but we all know that Amber has said she wore the wrong shoes so many times in her vlogs. You might think that she would start learning from that and start wearing better shoes with more support, but no. Wearing the wrong shoes gave her a built-in excuse, right? Because she wore the wrong shoes, she could ride the scooter. Because she wore the wrong shoes, Destiny would rub her feet. It's how she manipulates her way through the world, and there's just so many of these small examples that add up to the manipulative person that Amber is.
Also, when we start to go to Lexington a lot on our own, and she just starts becoming obsessed with it. That's like the closest thing to, I guess, like a normal kind of park, because we lived in the middle of nowhere, that she liked, and we would just go all the time. I don't ever remember being called it. Someone asked that, if I was ever actually called an it. I don't ever remember that actually being called an it.
Destiny and I went out to eat, and we went to a buffet. Fatty alert. Dab. Okay, no, that was stupid. Okay, but anyways, we went out to eat, and it was a buffet, and Destiny was up getting something. Mind you, the waitress was super sweet. I'm just gonna say that. But all of a sudden, when Destiny got up, she started calling Destiny an it. Not a girl, not a female, not a she, not even a he, which happens sometimes. An it. And she was being serious.
But I do get mistaken as a guy a lot, and I don't understand how. I have boobs, and I kind of feel like I have still some feminine features. Maybe from the back of my head, a dude. I don't have a butt. It's very flat back there. I don't know.
I'm sure that Destiny was misgendered and called a he or a him or a sir or whatever at some restaurant that they went to. And Amber witnessed it, and she thought, oh my god, this would be so good for YouTube if I not just say that Destiny was misgendered, but I'm going to say that Destiny was called an it. We're going to make it bigger, more dramatic, more horrible, and I'm going to look amazing. Because what did Amber do in that story? Who here remembers? I do. She didn't leave a tip for that waitress.
So I left her this much as a tip. 0. I left her a 0 tip. Because she was calling another human being an it. She kept saying, when is it gonna come back? What is it drinking? And I was like, the fuck? So she got a big fucking 0 as a tip. You guys can call that shitty or not. I don't know. But what she did was pretty shitty too. And honestly, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm a good tipper.
So she thinks that she actually looks like the hero. She's the knight in shining armor because she's telling this waitress in this passive-aggressive way that you called my girlfriend an it, so you don't get a tip, when in reality, I bet that waitress did not call Destiny an it. If anything, it might have been a sir, but who believes that Amber's a good tipper?
And honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a good tipper.
Also, not me.
I don't know how they don't notice. But I just...
And yes, I'm sure some of you are going to say, oh, even the not tipping part was just a part of the story that never happened, and fine, sure, whatever. What I care about is the fact that Amber lied about someone calling Destiny an it.
Just pretty much ignore it. I just go with it. I don't try to correct them. It doesn't bother me, especially if it's just like a waiter or a stranger. It's like, I'm never going to see this person again. Why correct them? Why go out of my way? We were starting to get really excited about our job. It was contracted with the government. It started at like, I think $15.25 or something like that an hour.
I mean, that is definitely a lot more money than they were making working at the assisted care facility, right? I'm pretty sure that Destiny said that she was making $9.25 an hour, and I think she said that Amber was making $8 or $8.50 an hour, something like that. So Yeah, I mean, moving up to 15 something an hour is a big improvement.
And it was really just data entry, but it was for the VA. We literally just were on a computer all day naming documents for the VA. And it was
Man, I realize that there are people that are good at it, and I'm thankful that there are because I am not one of those people. I would hate that job so much. Oof, I don't think I'd last. I really don't. I'd last maybe a couple of weeks. I wouldn't last that long at all. It's too mundane.
a really nice job. I mean, it was freaking easy, but everyone that worked there for long enough, they worked you to death was what it was. And
wow.
As easy as the job was, you were just working constantly, day in and day out. And I feel like that's why so many people ended up getting fired from there or quitting.
Yeah, those of you who might do data entry, thank you so much for being who you are and being able to do those jobs because, ooh, it's not me.
It is what it is. I was there for almost 2 years.
2 years. Damn. All right, I'm actually going to break this video up, by the way. So we're probably going to do another, I don't know, 5-ish minutes, find a nice breaking point and end it there for this one, and then pick it up in the next video of the series.
This is around the time that people start sending me nudes a lot on Snapchat or Instagram and what have you.
Oh my God.
That is why my Snapchat is private. Is because that's where I was getting it the most, and my Instagram is not private, but my messaging part is. So that is why, because that was happening a lot. It has not happened in a long time. But, you know, it is what it is.
Consent, people. Come on. Consent.
Talking about Walmart again. I swear she was just addicted to Walmart. I don't understand what it is. I don't think that
it's the shopping addiction. I mean, Amber has said in the past, she said it herself from her own mouth that she has a shopping addiction. So Walmart is open all night, which is when she likes to be awake, and thus it makes a lot of sense.
She goes to Walmart like that anymore. I feel like when she moved to Lexington, I feel like she was just ready to go anywhere. I think mostly Target. But, I just can't stand to go to Walmart half the time now.
I bet I wouldn't have been able to do it as much as she did. So I can definitely understand that she just got super tired of going there and would never want to go back. 100%.
I would rather, like I've said before in a video, just get my groceries delivered, or I go to the Walmart neighborhood market when I need groceries. Like, I try not to go in Walmart very often.
What's a Walmart neighborhood market? I have never heard of such a thing. But then again, I'm not really a Walmart customer at all, so why would I?
Just a lot of work and a lot of people and overwhelming.
I do not like going to big stores like that either. I also get overwhelmed. It's too much. It is way too much stimulation for my brain, and I hate it. I hate waiting in those lines. I just hate all of it, honestly.
She sees me get a few pairs of shoes and talking about shoes and stuff. I'm obsessed with shoes. I showed it's right here, my shoe rack. And I like shoes mostly because I love shoes.
Well, I guess Destiny is never going to say she wore the wrong shoes. Sorry, I had to.
I don't know if there's really a reason I love them, but I like to match my shirt with my shoes. Like, that, it's always going to match. Like, I mean, I'm in comfortable clothes right now. Like, I already took a shower when I got home, and I'm in comfortable clothes. And I'm wearing a blue shirt. My Crocs are blue. Like, blue Croc.
I mean, that is taking it a whole step further than I think most people do. But you know what? You do you, Destiny. That is not harming anyone. If you want Crocs that match your t-shirt when you're in your comfy post-shower outfit, go for it. And side note, do you notice how much easier it is to believe Destiny when she says she took a shower versus when Amber says she takes a shower?
Okay, guys, so instead of explaining how it happened, I want to show you how it happened. I did just get out of the shower, so my hair is wet and a mess. Don't mind that. So usually I take the dogs out. I just wanted to talk to you guys about something. By the way, my hair is wet. I did get out of the shower. I had my hair in a towel, and my ends always dry first because my hair is just so dry. As in, like, not dry,
from wet, but like dry as in like fried and all that stuff, even though I just literally trimmed it. Dry and fried is the words I'm looking for.
It wasn't just forced into the vlog in some awkward way like Amber always does it, just to, make the point that I swear I shower. I really do. I shower every single day. I shower.
And I think that was in a Karina Kaboom video. I watched her when I was doing the Q&A. I was only showing one blue crock. Here's the other one. We had gone to Goodwill and I had got some random stuff. I got a K-cup holder that spun around.
Is that the infamous K-cup holder or a different one?
Just remember the K-cup holder, because that.
So I guess we have our answer.
I'll come back in a couple weeks from this point. The night before we started working, my muffler fell off coming back from Walmart. Walmart.
Ugh. You can see just how much Destiny really despised Walmart. As I said, I really don't blame her for that.
My mom tried to tell me to drive all the way home, and I called my stepdad because he's a mechanic, welder, whatever. He said, don't go anywhere. I'm on my way home as well. Where are you? Told him where I was, and he came, and he kind of jimmy rigged it with a hanger until we got back to my mom's, and he welded it back on for me. He was like, if you would have listened to your mom, you would have lost it, had to buy a new one, all this, so it was a good thing I waited.
Whew. Damn. Imagine driving with your muffler dragging on the road the entire time and the sparks that would be flying. That would be so dangerous. I'm glad that the stepdad stepped in and said what he said. And then, hell, having someone who can do the welding for you, that is handy. Way to go.
We just had orientation the first day we started working. It was just a lot. I don't remember what all was going on. That was when we had to get a new bank account, figure all that out. And then this is where it kind of goes blank for a little while, like in the videos. Like she states that it's because she changes as a person. And this is also when we're saying that we're moving out. Like, it's like we're starting work and then boom, the next video is like, we're moving out, we're still here, this, that, and the other. We got very behind on vlogs, and
I have a theory about that, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see what else Destiny has to say about this before I say anything.
Like I said, she deleted the ones that she had filmed around this time. I don't know why she did that. I don't know what it was. This is when a lot of drama happened between her and my mom.
Yeah.
Now, when I said that they got into spats a lot before, I'm meaning like it could have been just anything. It was just little stuff a lot of the time. Or, I don't know. It was just random stuff. I can't really pinpoint a lot of what it was, but it would be something small, and between my mom being argumentative and Amberlynn being argumentative, it would become a thing.
Let's just take a breather here and think about why that would happen. When two people are fighting over very small things, that usually means that they just don't like each other. Because if it's small and you like a person, you can very easily either just kind of ignore it or even just say something to that person that doesn't turn into a fight, right? Where it's just like, hey, that thing that you're doing, that kind of annoys me. Do you mind stopping? The other person is respectful and says, oh, sorry, I didn't realize that was annoying. Yeah, absolutely. I'll stop. I highly doubt Amber would ever have a response like that to someone asking her to stop doing something. So, of course, it turned into not just spats, but all-out fights. And that is exactly what my theory is, right? I believe that the reason Amber stopped posting for a while was because she was getting into all of these fights with Destiny's mom, and she was really unhappy. She hated her living situation. She was trying to hide the fact that she was vlogging and doing her mukbangs, right? Because Destiny's mom didn't like the fact that Amber was doing them. She thought it was not good for her health, and it was a waste of time, and it wasn't going to go anywhere as far as her career was concerned, right? I wonder what she would say today if she were still around, because if she could see Amber now and what she has become, damn. Yeah, it was just ultimately really hard for her to make vlogs and also pay attention to YouTube and still get on with life and work and living with somebody that she was fighting with. Oh, sorry. living with at least 2 people that she was constantly fighting with, because don't forget, she and Destiny would fight all the time as well, right? How do you have time for YouTube when all you're doing is fighting with the people you're supposed to be loving? All right, I actually think this is a good place for us to pause, and we will pick up the rest of this video in the next one. Let's have ourselves a Corgi Cam right now. We need a palette cleanser, at least I do. So you can join me and Mini Waffles on a little walk and a trip to get her nails done recently. Then I'll come back and we can wrap things up real quick. Well, folks, these history lessons with Destiny might be, I don't know, a little slow going, I guess, but I still think they're worth our time. I originally started the series in response to Destiny announcing her comeback to YouTube, but seeing as how, that went with the age restrictions, etc., it doesn't seem like much is actually happening there. I don't know, at least for now. That being said, with Amber currently on the LCU and yelling at everyone about her exes, and so much more, it turns out to be a good refresher course for that too. You know what? If you are not interested in watching any of the LCU, believe me, I get it. I recently started a new series where I'm watching The Swan for the first time. And if you don't know what that is, well, let's just say it is possibly the most toxic plastic surgery competition ever. And yes, I said plastic surgery competition. What are masculine teeth? So I managed to get my hands on the entire first season, and I'm watching it. It's horrifying. These women feel some type of way about themselves because of the way that other people have treated them and what they have been told. And in my opinion, it's way more interesting than watching Amber's terrible acting. So I'll put a link to the playlist in the description of this video. So far, I've watched the first 2 episodes, and damn, I really can't believe the show ever existed. Anyway, thank you so much for watching today. And if you wouldn't mind, helping me out with the algorithm, you can hit like, leave a comment down below, or hit subscribe if you haven't already. I would also like to thank my channel members for their continued support. I recently started a new members-only video series called Video Clip Roulette, where I kind of randomly pull recorded clips from different Amberverse eras and we just chat about them. So if that sort of thing interests you, you can consider becoming a member yourself. In any case, I do hope to see you in the next video. Bye.
You better watch that crack, because that crack gonna start stinking.